Hey everybody, Marcus Crawford here with the Idaho Quadcopter channel. Hey, today is Labor Day and I am out at Kleiner Park with the DJI Mini 3 Pro. Some news broke just today about the successor, the Mini 4, that we expect to come out. We already saw some pictures of the packaging that the Mini 4 has, so we know that that release is going to be imminent. When we start seeing pictures like that, we know that the drone introduction is not going to be too far off. So I thought I would take the opportunity to fly the Mini 3 Pro and go through the feature set that this drone truly earned the moniker Pro because of the feature set and the camera quality, etc., and its ability. Like, we're going to fly it today, and the winds are it says gusts up to 23 miles an hour, and I believe that it's pretty breezy, but that's well within the level 5 wind resistance of this little drone. So it's a robust little product, and it was the first mini drone to kind of be a full-featured product. In other words, bring all the automated features, tracking, obstacle avoidance, etc. All those things to bear. Probably one of the most significant things is the vertical video. The way it flips the camera is a significant feature on this drone. Anyway, I don't want to get too far into down that rabbit hole right now. We'll talk about it while we're out flying, and maybe we'll discuss a little bit about, okay, what are they going to bring us with the Mini 4? If the Mini 3 Pro is so good, what's the Mini 4 going to bring to the table? Anyway, let's quit messing around. Let's get this bird in the air. Okie dokie, I've got the drone all fired up and screen recording started. Man, this thing gets satellites so fast. It's already got 23 satellites. You watch as we fly, it'll get probably over close to, if not over, 30 satellites. But anyway, let's check that safety menu, clicking on those 3 dots up in the top right hand. And yeah, we're in bypass mode, which is where we want to be. 35 meter return to home altitude, which is good. I always set that max altitude 120 meters. That's just below 400 feet. I don't know, I think that's like 397 feet, something like that. So that keeps you well within legal limits. And compass is normal, IMU is normal. We can look at the battery real quick, but it's good as I expect. I charged these batteries a few days ago, so we're at 94% battery, so we're not quite full. Let's go. This drone will shoot in 4K 60. I've found that I get better results in 4K 30. It seems to autofocus better, etc. Plus, it allows you to use all the automated flight modes, and we're going to want to do some of this. So we're also going to leave the camera in automatic here. It's kind of a it's a pretty sunny day, but you'll see a few clouds. So anyway, I'm going to start recording now. Boom, we're recording, and gosh, let's do an automated takeoff. Takeoff. And it gives us this altitude zone warning, but it tells us our home point has been recorded, and that's good. I'm going to go straight up with this guy, although I don't believe that this drone is intended to get a precision landing, but we'll go up. We're 6.5 meters high, so you can take a look at it. And we're kind of amongst the trees, so you hear the obstacle avoidance squawking. Well, that's one of the things that this drone brought to us. Now, this is really the first mini drone that really had obstacle avoidance that worked. You know, you can talk about drones like the Autel Nano, but you know, the obstacle avoidance on that never really worked that great. And drones like the Xeno Mini Pro, where the obstacle avoidance just plain didn't work. But anyway, that's the first thing we're going to try here is, oh, hey, let's just go straight forward. And you saw it go right over the top of my head. Well, heck, let's keep going. Let's see if we can run into that tree there. And no, the little drone is going to just go right around it. So let's turn around and bring it back, and we'll do our droney. So that kind of brings me to in fact, let's, you can see my back there. Let's just center it right on me here. And let's just go full stick forward. And boom, it's gonna go right over the top of me. I have that kind of confidence in DJI's obstacle avoidance. It's just really fantastic. So let's bring it down here and kind of get in front of us here. A lot of people at the park today because it is Labor Day, so we're going to be kind of careful that we don't, you know, bug anybody with the drone, etc. But I'm going to drop that camera down and we're going to do our droney. So with respect to obstacle avoidance, this drone, and we're just going right between the trees, and that OA was squawking at me. But on the subject of obstacle avoidance, that's something that the Mini 4 could bring to the table, and that is 360-degree OA. And I think DJI has kind of perfected that. We see it with the Air 3. It's got those big wide-angle lenses that it uses for obstacle avoidance that seem to work pretty well. I'm just going to kind of give you a little bit of a, let me pick the camera up just a little and kind of look around the park here. I see just, for a second there, I thought I had a little bit of a tilted horizon, but not bad. But anyway, if they could get omnidirectional obstacle avoidance on a mini drone, that would really be something. And you know, you wonder, you go, okay, the next question is, well, then why buy the Air 3 if you can get it on that little mini drone? Well, there's a lot of things, performance and so forth, that a bigger drone can bring to the table. However, I see a market for full-featured mini drones, not so much in the United States, but in the UK. There's a lot of things you can do with a mini drone in the UK that you cannot do with a bigger drone. And then particularly in Canada, where in Canada you can pretty much do just about whatever you want with a mini drone. Their rule is just pretty much don't be stupid. So let's look at one more feature here. We're looking down at the pickleball courts. This drone does have digital zoom. So let's go ahead and zoom in. I think it just takes us to 2 by, because we're in 4K. So that is just, and I'm going to center this up just a little bit. That is just cropping in on the sensor. It's not any kind of optical zoom. It is just a digital zoom cropping in on the sensor, but it still looks pretty good. So with the upcoming new Mini 4, could they improve the improve the zoom, I meant to say. Sometimes I need to learn how to talk. And how could they improve the zoom? Just with maybe a higher quality sensor. I don't think they're going to put any kind of telecamera on there like they have on the Air 3. However, they could you know, come up with a lossless digital product that would probably be helpful. Again, that, you know, it gets back to people, I think, are looking for those kind of professional features on a mini drone that you know, you don't have to worry about so many regulations. And on the subject of regulations, we are on the cusp of remote ID in the U.S. Like I said, I'm filming this on Labor Day, and in the middle of this month is when remote ID is going to go live. I can tell you this: you hear a lot of people preaching non-compliance. I'm not one of them. I'm going to comply as much as I can, because I'm going to tell you that if we don't make this version of remote ID work, whatever comes after it may not be, it may be more intrusive, I guess is what I'm saying. So let's see, let's look at some more of the features of this guy here. I'm going to, let's see if we can do a master shot. So I'm going to stop recording. And master shots are another one of those things that I'm telling you, to have this on a mini drone is awesome. And I'm sure they'll probably do the same thing with the, get rid of that tutorial. And I'm just going to draw our point of interest at the base. I'm going to draw a point of interest at the base of the fountain there. And we've looked at, so I'm not going to go through all the features. If I click on that down arrow, maybe, there you go, you can see all the features, but I'm just going to leave that as is, and we're going to hit start. And the drone will just do its automated features. It gets in position, and then it's going to do a droney. I just think this is a cool feature. So if you're using your drone for some kind of a real estate shot or something, and you're trying to get pictures of a house or a property, why wouldn't you use master shots to get a bunch of those kind of shots automated? You're not messing around, and then you can edit them into however you want on your ultimate video. So I just think it's a neat feature that they include on this mini drone. Again, I think this drone has really earned that pro moniker. But anyway, getting back to what I was talking about with remote ID, I have enabled remote ID on this drone, and I will on the Mini 4 when I get it too. For one thing, if you're going to use the extended batteries, you're over 250 grams anyway. And as a Part 107 pilot, unless it's a recreational flight, you have to have remote ID. So you might as well just do it. Now, that said, I want to make it clear that I totally understand how intrusive the remote ID rules are for people that have been flying model airplanes for years and years. And you know, if you're flying your FPV drone in your backyard, gosh, it just sure seems like it's more than what it needs to be. But again, I guess my point is this: if we don't make it work, Congress mandated remote ID in the United States, and whatever comes after could be far more intrusive than what we're seeing now. Now that move looked pretty cool. I don't know exactly what that was, but it's returning to its spot here. I think that was just the drone returning to its spot. So it's back at its spot, and let's go back into, well, heck, let's go to a different shot for master shots. So I'm going to go back up to video, maybe. Boy, there we go, there's video. The touch screen wasn't working real well for me there. So we're back up to video. Let's grab some altitude, and let's go to the other side of the park here. And I'm not going to go through every one of them, but we'll definitely look at some master shots. Oh, some quick shots. One of the things that I did not mention with regard to master shots is that it will auto edit it into a little video, and there's all kinds of different templates you can use to come up with a little video, and that's something that you can then post real quick to social media, etc. Okay, so we're going to do quick shots, and again, I'm going to get down on this. Well, let's get even closer yet and down lower. We see a guy going through the labyrinth. Looks like he's trying to walk through the labyrinth there. And we're going to stop recording again, and I am going to go, well, I thought I stopped recording. Looked like it started right back up. So we're going to click on that little film strip again and go down to quick shots. And we're not going to go through all of them, but I want to show you one of my favorites, which is the helix. But we can look at them here. You got droney, rocket, circle, helix, and boomerang. What you don't have here is what do they call it? Their little tiny planet one. I'm trying to remember the name of it. But in any case, we're going to do a helix. Let's click on helix, and I'm going to focus in on the bottom of the. See if I can draw a point of interest at the bottom of the sculpture. Yeah, and it looks like it's got it. And you can see there we can set the radius. We're going to leave it right there where it is at 30 meters. We're not going to get too carried away. Let's let it go here. And it's going to record, and I forgot to reset the video. We're in 1080p. It will shoot in in 4K, but I should have reset it. But it's shooting this helix in 1080p. This is another move that's difficult to do manually. The drone is orbiting, raising in altitude, and moving away all at the same time. Handy little feature, and again, I look at that as something else that makes this a pro drone. Although QuickShots, I'm trying to think, I think we first saw QuickShots on the original Mavic Mini way back, so it's a feature that's been around for a while. So there we go. And it'll return to its original spot. We don't need it to do that, so I'm going to X out on that. I'll tell you what I'm going to do next is, let's see if we can, this again, something else that makes this a pro class drone is the ability to get to shoot panoramas. So let's just go into panoramas here. And I noticed my signal was kind of getting a little bit weak there. I'm facing the opposite direction of the drone right now, so I'd say it works pretty good. So we clicked on Pano here, and it gives us a choice. We got sphere, which we're not going to do. That's where you can do the 360, and with software you can post that to Facebook, etc., and you can drag the picture around and see everything. But let's see, this direction, let's just do a 180. Maybe. The touchscreen on this, I'm used to now the RC2, and the touchscreen seems to work a little better on it than the original DJI RC here. So anyway, yeah, and it's telling me that you can adjust the video formats, which is kind of cool. Or the original formats down at the bottom there. That's kind of weird. Okay, we're shooting in JPEG. This is not a video, so it's kind of interesting that they have that message. So it'll shoot them all, and it'll stitch it all together for us here too. We're about halfway through. Again, I look at this as one of those kind of features and it's stitching it together right now, that does make this a pro level drone. And of course, that's, I'm sure, a feature that we'll see on the Mini 4. I'm sure we'll see all these features and more. So I want to get out over here and kind of face the Boise front, and we'll do another. We got some clouds, so I'm going to pick the camera up. Well, yeah, I want to get more clouds in the picture because there are so many clouds. So we're going to try a different panorama here. And again, I'm touching on it, but it's just a little bit hinky. We're going to do a wide angle. So I'm touching on that, and let's hit start. So there's going to be a lot of clouds in this one, I'm sure, but it should look pretty cool with kind of some of the cloud. When you get a day like today, the clouds look pretty good. So yeah, just took a few pictures now, and it's stitching it together, so I'll leave it alone while it's doing that. And it's all done. So anyway, that's panos. Let's go ahead and look here. What else can I show you? Now, you guys have seen Hyperlapse, and I'm not going to do a Hyperlapse right now. Maybe, yeah, I don't know. We've got 52% battery. I could probably do a quick one here. So I'm gonna raise the camera up so that we can see the clouds, and we're just going to do a quick course lock hyperlapse. And so I'm going to click on the little move forward here, move forward, and click on that lock so it knows which direction we're going. So it's locked. And yeah, we're just going to do a short one. I'm going to leave that how it is. 125 pictures it looks like. And it's starting here. So I won't make you guys sit through all 4 minutes of this, but we had enough battery power to do it that I thought, heck, what the heck, why not? And with the wind and the clouds, we'll see some good cloud movement. It's going to be a pretty short hyperlapse, but you get the picture. And no doubt the Mini 4, the DJI, and I don't know whether they're going to call it a Mini 4 Pro or not, I'm not sure. I'm sure it will have significant hyperlapse features. Really, really a cool feature, really fun to use. Okay, we'll see on the other side here. Okay, we've just got about 15 shots to go, and it's telling me that it's nearing completion. So that should look pretty good, cool with those clouds moving there. And what a neat feature. And you can also do waypoint hyperlapse with this drone, which is really something. You can just set a path, and the drone will follow that path. And while it's doing a hyperlapse. One of the things that this drone does not have is video hyperlapse. And let's let it, it's creating the video right now. I usually just sit back and let the drone hover while it does that if I can. I don't know, let it use all of its battery power and processing power for something like that. So we're down to 38% battery, so yep, and it says it's done. So I'm going to click back on that course lock there, and you can see the one that looks like a little Z there is waypoints. You can do a circle hyperlapse, or you can do free. And okay, let's go ahead and go back into video mode here. We've pretty much gone through. Well, I guess I really haven't looked at photo mode, have we? So maybe we should just take a picture here. So you can shoot in 48 megapixel, in other words, I believe they call that a quad bear sensor, where it splits up those pixels. So so in fact, let's just take a picture. But anyway, I should explain. Let's go into that 48 megapixel mode, and let's take a picture. And we're in automatic. And boom, we did so. The other thing we could do is, if we wanted to, we could flip it into vertical mode. Look at that. Let's take another picture. And then let's go back to regular mode, and let's click on that 48 megapixel again. So you can just take a single picture, automatic exposure bracketing here. Let's click on that real quick. You can shoot 3 pictures or 4 or 5 pictures. Again, that's something that puts this in a pro mode. What that does is it overexposes, underexposes, and then regular exposes. And then in your post-processing, you put those pictures together into a picture with HDR, high dynamic range. And it's also got burst mode down there too. Oh, and then I forgot, you got the time shots too, so you can set a timer, if you wanted to take a selfie or something. So let's go back into video mode, and we're back in 4K 30. Let's start video. I got one more thing that I want to show you here, again, what does this drone? What could they possibly bring to a Mini 4? Well, the camera, right? So, we're talking about all the goodness that this little camera provides, and it is amazing. But could they put that same stacked sensor or something similar that we see on the Air 3? They sure could. And that would make it even more of a pro drone than what it is. Although, I think this guy takes amazing video, just as it and pictures as it is, as you will have already seen. So why am I over here? I'm by this sculpture because this is the perfect candidate for vertical video. So again, I'm going to stop recording, and I'm going to switch that camera to vertical, and I'm going to start recording again. And let's bring it down in on this on the sculpture, and you see some people fishing there. We're not going to get too close. We don't want to bug them. But that's where vertical video really helps, is things like this. And of course, it's primarily for social media. Let's go back up a little higher, and we can go over, and then we can look at the, I think this memorial is another probably good one that it shows. You can get the whole memorial in this vertical format, and post it to Instagram Reels or that sort of thing. Okay, so I think that is about it. Let me flip that camera back over, start recording again, and we're going to hit return to home on the controller because we are down to 24% battery. And I've had the screen recorder going for 26 minutes, so you can't complain about flight time. And we started without a full battery, and it's ascending to its 35-meter height. This does not have that optimized return to home. That's something else that they could bring to the Mini 4. And I'm sure that there'll probably be other improvements of that drone that we can't even guess. So I'm kind of in that little group of trees right there, and I'll drop the camera down as we get closer, and we'll see how close it gets to the landing pad. Again, I don't think this drone was ever intended to get a precision landing, but we'll see how close it comes. We could get lucky. And here it comes. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's pretty close there. It kind of looks like right now it's right in front of the pad, so. Down she comes. Yeah, it's a little bit off of the pad. I'll likely cancel it if it doesn't move over here. Okay, I canceled it because I didn't think it was gonna. I'm gonna turn it around and face us, and then move the drone over the. I'm gonna go into cine mode so I can slow things down. And even at that, it's kind of hard to. I think the wind kind of blows it around here, and it's a fairly windy day. Move over just slightly. Oh, and then I moved too far forward. See if we can bring it back. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get it further down, I think, and make those adjustments right at the last second. Okay, I'm gonna go straight down here and let's see how we do. And it should pick up that camera here. There we go. Okay, we're on the pad, and that worked. You can see me sitting there. Well, let's zoom in. Let me get everything shut down, and we'll do a quick conclusion. Hey, after I did my conclusion of this video out in the field, I realized that I forgot one of the most important features of the Mini 3 Pro, and that is the Focus Track suite of features on there. Focus Track includes Active Track, Spotlight mode, and Point of Interest mode. All of them really cool. Obviously, Active Track, we've talked about that before. It will track vehicles, people, etc. It's best when nothing gets obstructed. And then you've got the Spotlight mode. Spotlight mode is so handy. It will keep your point of interest in center of frame or wherever in the frame you put it. You can focus on flying the drone. It will keep the camera pointed exactly where you need it. And then point of interest mode, which is essentially an orbit. It'll do clockwise and counterclockwise, and you can change your distance, the speed of the orbit, etc. But it will hold that point of interest right in center of frame or wherever you choose to put it. So anyway, on with the conclusion. Hey, okay. The Mini 3 Pro, that was a fun flight. I had fun just digging through all those menus and showing all the features. I'm sure I missed some of them, but I tried to kind of give you an overall look at the features of the drone. And talking about the Mini 4 or the Mini 4 Pro, what's it going to bring to the table? Well, we discussed a lot of them. One of them that I just thought of is cruise control. Cruise control is a handy feature that's on the Air 3, so they could put that on the Mini 4. And we talked about 360 obstacle avoidance, some of those other features. Video waypoints would be another thing that they could add to it. And the whole point, I think, of that is the Mini 4 Pro would be even more of a pro drone and would be full featured, and that is important. Well, I guess it's important for the US market as well, for people that want a really super compact drone. But you know, we talk about differentiating it between the Air 3. Well, it could have all the features that the Air 3 have and still have value as a sub 250 drone, particularly in markets like the UK and Canada, where sub 250 is even more important. Here in the US, honestly, it's not that big of a deal because, you know, all it means is if you're a recreational flyer, you don't have to pay $5 to register your drone, so really not that big a deal. The other aspect is that it's a compact product, so as opposed to the Air 3, you've got a little bigger case. This is going to be compact. You're out hiking someplace or something, much easier to carry a mini drone. So anyway, what do you guys want to see in the next mini drone from DJI? I'd love to hear your ideas or what potential features you think they could put on it that would make it useful. So anyway, I guess that's about it. This is Marcus Crawford with the Idaho Quadcopter channel out. And if you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing to my channel. Most of all, I appreciate you taking the time to look at this video today. And of course, we'll see you on the next one. Bye now.